Hey, good morning to everybody. Happy Sunday. It's Daryl here. It is bright and freaking early, man. It's 3:30 a.m. here in Connecticut on the East Coast. I have to laugh sometimes when I say that because I'm like, oh my God, I'm up. I could, when I start talking, I can hear the person upstairs start to move around. I think I wake them up every morning when I do this video. Anyway, all right, I know that's not funny. All right, so I was kind of conflicted this morning about, there's two different videos I wanted to do. One's about Britney Spears and her first comments about Sam filing divorce. And I can't help but notice the Britney Spears videos get a lot of views. But I don't want my regular viewers to think that this is going to be Britney Spears videos all the time. And the other story is about I don't know what to call this. It's just an insane display by a Tennessee pastor. And the thoughts that went through my head, because as I thought about what he did on stage, the first thing that came to my mind, and it's got to do with recovery, and then all of a sudden I thought about another story that I read this morning. I'm going to talk about that story first, and then I'm going to do the Britney Spears. I'll do another video about Britney Spears probably right after this. You'll probably be seeing it later, probably by noon today, the Britney Spears video. Okay, the first story here. I came across this video. The story is on Uproxx, I think it's called, and Medialite. The two links will be right down below. And the video, the Instagram video, yeah, you have to see this. If I ever went to church, I'm a Catholic. I was raised Catholic. If I ever went to church and saw my priest do this on the altar, I'm not kidding. I would seriously believe that he was possessed. Like serious exorcism, possessed kind of thing. I don't know if this is like regular for evangelicals. And then I got to get more serious though, because I all of a sudden another story that I read this morning popped into my head. All right, let me start at the very beginning here. This is in Tennessee, and you've probably heard this guy before, Greg Locke, evangelical pastor in Tennessee, and of course a big Trump supporter. All right, and okay, so the video starts, and I'm trying to understand what he's saying. He's raging on stage, as usual, and he's very animated. He's talking about getting the demons out of your life, getting to erase his phone number or her phone number from your phone. I'm trying to understand what he's talking about. He says something about like adult material, and then then he breaks out this new instrument that he's very proud of. I think he actually said something about like, this should be something that he sells on his internet page. And this is what it is. It's a baseball bat with a Bible duct taped and zip tied to the end of it. Seriously, like a club, a baseball Bible bat club. Okay, so he's raging about getting demons out of your life, and there's a Barbie dream house on the stage. Yeah, Barbie dream house. So he doesn't actually talk about Barbie that much, but it's the Barbie dream house. And so he goes to, I don't know how else to say this. He goes to town, man. He just violently smashes the bejesus out of a Barbie dream. I mean, there's nothing left of this thing. He just goes insane with this his new invention that he's very proud of, the Bible baseball bat, and just demolishes this house, at this Barbie dream house on stage, and everybody in the crowd cheers. Like I said, the first thing that popped into my head, if I ever saw this, where I got to be honest, this is what I wanted to talk about. The first thing that popped into my head when I saw this, and I know there's agnostics and atheists that watch my channel, and don't turn the channel. I'm not going to get all religious on you, but this is what I want to convey to you. The first thing that came to my head. First thing that came to my head was the Bible. This guy using a Bible, duct tape. Usually when he duct tapes anything, I duct taped my sneakers to my fan the other day because I told you guys I got soaked out in the rain the other day. And I duct taped my sneakers to the fan so they dry fast. They were brand new sneakers, and it ruined the sneakers and it ruined the fan. You duct tape stuff and it ruins it. And he zip ties it to the baseball bat. And I just think of, if you truly hold something up high, like it's exalted to you, it's very important to you, like some people with the American flag, or a picture of somebody you lost, like with me, a picture of Audrey. I tried to, how would you take something that you hold so dear, that you think is, there's according to this guy, it's probably the most important thing in his life. And then use it to basically destroy it, to bash, in this act of violence in a church, This is what I was going to talk about. I was hesitant to talk about this. Don't turn the channel. I'm not trying to convert anybody. When I was in recovery, I couldn't sleep because I was having withdrawals from heroin. I couldn't sleep for like 7 days. And when I first got there was nothing to read. There was a Bible. Except for a Bible. This was like a regular hospital, St. Francis Hospital in Hartford. I was going through withdrawals. And, I'm up all night. I'm just trying to keep my mind, keep sane. And there's a Bible in the drawer. And I took it out. It's one of the first times I ever read the Bible. I was raised Catholic and everything, but I don't go to church. I still don't go to church. And I started reading what are they called? The parables. Those little stories. They're like little short stories, and they're actually pretty cool. And I started. I was like, wow, these are pretty cool little stories in the Bible. And I started to get into it. And I started, and then, people would talk about praying. So anything to get me out of the hell of addiction. And I decided to, just start with a Hail Mary or something like that. And it became part of my recovery. And once after a week or two, after a month, I got home, I brought the Bible home with me. And I had this other book. I don't know where I got this book. It's a very old book. Using Prayer to Change Your Life. You can see it's wicked old. I came across this I don't even know where I got it. I think it was in a library giving away books or something. And I read through this, because when you're addicted, I would try. I've been in and out of detox and rehabs 13 times. I'm willing to try anything to turn my life around, to get out of this hellhole that I'm in. And I read in this that if you pray, you should. It helps to make the prayer stronger. If you hold something that is important to you, like a Bible or a crucifix or something like that, something you believe has power in it. If not even for religious purposes, like if you ever hear of manifesting or visualizing things, it's kind of like that, just it's got power. So for the last 17 years, this Bible has been, I take it with me wherever I go. And there's this crucifix. This was on the rosary, my very first communion when I was 10 years old, and it's taped to this Bible. And I pray. I still pray. I prayed this morning, every morning, and it's more of a personal thing for me. The way I see it, I hate to say this, but it's almost superstitious. I hate to say that, because my life has gone so good, and I'm so thankful for getting off heroin and crack cocaine and everything, that I don't want to change anything. I just started praying, like I said, back just out of coincidence when I was in that hospital room, and my life got better and better. And part of it is almost suspicion. If something's good, if something's not broke, don't change it, kind of thing. And I thought about this Bible, and I was like, would I ever use this? It's not, I'm not super religious, but would I use it to bash something else? Or like I said, like the American flag, if people that hold the American flag dear. I mean, would you take the American flag and duct tape it to a baseball bat and zip tie it and then use it to smash a picture of, I don't know, whoever you hate, Vladimir Putin or Russia, or if you're Republican, or Ukraine, or Vladimir Zelensky if you're Republican, or Donald Trump, you know what I mean? It's an odd thing to do, something that you hold so dear, that everybody's there to worship the Bible and God. And you're using the Bible in an act of violence. That's the first thing that occurred to me there. I won't talk. I'm not trying to say anybody should pray. I'm just telling you about my day. Okay, enough about that. Another thing, I had read another article earlier in the day about, this is just from a couple days ago, and the link to this will be down below. A shopkeeper. It's a designer clothing shop in Lake Arrowhead, California, which I would imagine is up in Northern California. And there was a fatal shooting. The shop owner was shot and killed. Her name is Lori Carlton, Carelton. The link will be down below so you can read this. The reason she was killed, because the guy that shot her said he didn't like the pride flag in front of her store. The store is the store is called Magpie, MAG-hyphen-PI, I think. And she's been a famous top fashion designer in LA for decades. And not only that, she's after she left her, this leaves her husband and her 9 children motherless. So, you know, she was married with 9 kids, and this guy didn't like her pride flag and killed her. You know, and so I read that before the whole Greg Locke pastor baseball bat thing. And I'm thinking, you know, are you kidding me? This, just because you get so enraged by seeing a pride flag, it bothers you so much that you actually you take the mother away from 9 children. Somebody, a successful fashion designer. I mean, doesn't matter if somebody's successful or unsuccessful, but it's just, I would figure her for the least target of anybody's hatred, you know, over a pride flag. And I'm like, who gets so angry about this? And then I thought about the pastor, Greg Locke. And if you watch this video with Greg Locke, when he smashes that Barbie dream house, the violence, that's the second thing that went through my head. The pure joy and violence. He literally jumps up and does like a jig, and he's dancing around on stage after he does this. Like he's getting some kind of euphoric rush out of this, you know? And I watched this. Again, I'm thinking, what kind of religious services is this? You know, raised Catholic. If I saw this in my church, I swear to God, I'd swear my priest is possessed by Satan. You know, that's the second thing that occurred to me. The pure violence. This guy took a Bible, which, you know, most people would never think to associate with a baseball bat and smashing things, and duct tapes it to a baseball bat, and then smashes a Barbie dream house, which is a child's toy, and then gets a euphoric rush and does a dance on stage. And this is what passes for religion to some people. This is what passes for praising the Lord and God to some people. The violence, this destruction, using the Bible as like a hammer or a weapon, literally. You know, I don't know what else to say about that. The links will be down below. The video will be right on top from Instagram. Those, like I said, I'm not getting all religious on you. I just wanted, because the first thing that came through my head was my Bible. And would I ever use, would I ever use this Bible to smash things? It wouldn't even go through my head. And I'm not I'm not religious. I have faith, but and this guy is up and the whole crowd cheers. Trump supporter too. Go figure. This is why I'm scared of any Republican becoming president. All right, the next video I'm going to talk about Britney Spears and her first words, her first talk on Instagram about what she said about her divorce. Stay tuned for that. You guys have a good Sunday.